Right now we're gonna do some seared yellowfin tuna. It's we're gonna put some pimenton, which is a Spanish paprika. But first we're gonna do the artichokes, which is gonna take the longest. So I'm gonna cook these off. That's a little olive oil in there. Let's get them all in there. A little tight right there. Everything needs salt, so a little salt. So we get that in there. Now what I did was I took my artichokes and I cleaned them. I took all the green stems off and I got to the white part. And then I even took the bottom stem and I peeled the green off of that stem. So all the green is gone. It's all white. It's going to sit in this pan with the olive oil, a little bit of the olive oil. And we're going to put some white wine in there. And that's going to braise them. Well, apparently our pan got a little cold, so let's go to the next pan. That pan's hot. Let me get a top for that. No top. All right, here's our top. See, that was easy. All right. So we're gonna braise that. That's gonna take about 6-8 minutes. And we're gonna mix that with a little serrano ham, which is a Spanish air-dried ham, very much like prosciutto, and onions and garlic. So we'll get another pan going with that so that when the artichokes are ready, we can mix it all together. So we'll go in that same pan with more extra virgin olive oil. We'll do a little garlic. Some ham. We'll render out the ham. That's going to give it some nice flavor. And some onions. So now we're going to let that cook. We're letting the artichokes cook. And now, nice clean pan. We have some yellowfin tuna from the Gulf, because of course we're always promoting our local ingredients, local seafood. We season it, salt, a little bit of pepper, more salt, turn them over, season them also. Now what I'll do with this is I'll put a little oil on it, again, Spanish extra virgin olive oil, and then we have pimenton, Spanish paprika. Paprika is a Hungarian word. Pimenton is a Spanish word. So it's pimenton, paprika, it's the same thing. We tend to call it in the United States paprika. It's the paprika, tons of paprika, a lot of garlic. And then what we've done is we roll the fish in that, and that's going to give it a nice smoky flavor. We want to keep this fish rare. We want to go in a really hot pan. And I'm talking smoking. And the hotter it is, the better. So now here we got a little action going. There's some steam in there. That ham is cooking. I mean, the onions and the peppers are cooking. I think typically in the house, what happens is people don't heat up their equipment enough. In the restaurants, we get our pan smoking. Now these are cast iron skillets made by the Lodge Company, which is really the real heavy cast iron, like the old school ones, but it's got the stainless steel on it. These retain heat really well. So we like to cook on cast iron. So we get our tuna in there, we sear it, we get a nice sear on it. We want to pull it off when it's about rare. How do you know when it's rare? Experience. Now you see now you're getting a nice crust on it. The paprika helps it also get a crust. Our artichokes are cooking. Then what we'll do is after this tuna gets some nice color on it, we pull it off the fire, we slice it. We're going to serve it with the braised artichokes. Very simple dish, but a lot of good flavors. We're going to do a baked oyster, so we take Louisiana Gulf oysters. We're going to stuff it, but we're going to stuff it with mustard greens, which have a nice kind of spicy mustardy flavor, which to me I envision kind of like almost like horseradish flavor. You know, it's kind of got that spiciness. So we're going to make a stuffing with that with some country ham, and then we're going to take some instead of using breadcrumbs, we'll take some cornbread. So the ham is going to render the fat out, and that's going to give everything a little flavor. Just a little bit. Right, there you go, beautiful. Little garlic, kind of cook all of that down slowly. It'll all kind of become kind of meld together. Now you got to be careful with the salt. So let's just add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. At this point, you know, the mustards are getting tender. I would probably let it go for another 10 minutes, but I'm not, because we're going to add the cornbread just to kind of tighten it up a little bit. Then we stir it. Now the cornbread, it's just like it becomes a dressing. It's basically a dressing. You're adding the crumbs. You taste it. It tastes good. Lay it out on a plate. That's done.